Hi, I'm Susan from Fort Bend County Libraries. I'm going to show you how to make capital letters really fancy. But first, I want to remind you that Fort Bend County Libraries has lots of books on lettering, so you can make all kinds of letters into something really special. Here are some of the books we have.
Here are some examples of the letters we're going to make. This is an M, an S, a P, an F, and a D. Pretty fancy D. And today we're going to make an R. What you're going to need for this project is a pencil with an eraser. I use, for my fine liner, Micron PN. You can use a Micron 01, but the PN generally is better for this because you will be coloring in spaces with the ink, and the PN tends to last longer if you're doing that. I'm also using Sakura Jelly Rolls. This is the metallic, but I'm also using the Sparkle, which is a little bit different. It's got glitter in it. And then for the gold, I'm using the Uniball gold, but Sakura also makes a really good gold jelly roll too that you can use. And good paper. Don't use copy paper because it will tear up as you are coloring. There are two important elements, other than the letter you will decorate, that you will need to know. One is patterning, and the other is using dangles. It's helpful to build up a library of patterns. They can be anything you want. Here's just a little library of pattern that I created for this project today. It's just writing lines and then putting the patterns in between. It can be anything you want, largely circles, lines, curlicues. But it's good to have this around as you're doing your letter so you don't have to search your brain trying to figure out what you want to put in. The other element is dangles, and it's also good to have a sheet of dangles that you would like to use. Here's some examples. You can see there's curlicues, hearts, squares, suns, stars. It's anything that can hang from a vertical. So those are good to have that you can refer to. So we're going to start today with the letter R. You will need your pencil to just lightly form the letter. Don't make the upright too thick because then you'll have to deal with empty spaces to fill. You can make the R as curly as you want. I'm going to erase all this in the end or at some point during the project. Next, you take a fine line marker. I use a Micron PN, and you just echo the lines that you drew with the pencil, but it doesn't have to be exact. And you can make it a little more curvy if you want. Okay, so now you start echoing the lines you just drew. You just shadow them. And you can see that I am not following anything exactly, and I'm extending beyond those lines. You're creating spaces, and it kind of depends on how busy you want the letter to be. But remember to leave space for your dangles and your pattern. Okay, I think that's good enough. What you might want to do right now is to erase the pencil lines because with all these lines it can get crazy. Make sure that your black lines are dry. You wouldn't want to smear them. Okay, that's a little bit easier to work with. Now, I know it looks pretty messy, but this is where you start doing the magic and you start cleaning things up. What you want to do is kind of close off these a little bit. Now you need to start adding weight to your letter, and to do that, you just pick any of the lines you just drew and just make them thicker. Remember, when you're adding the weight, to keep your letter balanced. Okay, now you start to add some pattern because pattern will add weight as well. So the way to balance a letter is with your weighted lines, your patterning, and your color. So let's add a pattern here. I'm going to do 4 lines in a circle. You can add any pattern you like. And then I'm going to add a pattern here. It's good to look at the places, but also remember some of these larger places might be filled in with color. So this one, I'm going to do a diamond pattern sort of, and I'm going to line that. This looks ripe for a pattern. I think I will do a curlicue. Okay, you can also start adding in your dangles. I'm going to go low and add a little heart down here. And let's add some other things to create interest. Close that off and actually color that in with black. Black is a color that you can use too, but because you've got weighted lines, don't use too much of it. Now let's add some color. Some color right here. So color is best used in smaller spaces to balance that blue. I'm going to put some up here. So you can see how the letter is beginning to shape up. Most angles are usually vertical. This one's kind of curved. I like to end things with a dot. Dots are really great pattern choices because they're really easy. Here's a really great place for a pattern, just for simple lines. Okay, something definitely needs to be done with this, and I can't really decide what to do, but I think I'm gonna make some curlicues here, or little curvy things. This line needs to be dealt with a little dramatic. After you've drawn your patterns, you can also go back and do more with them if you don't like the way they're shaping up. Okay, need to add some more color. Let's put some green up here at the top since we've got it heavy on the bottom. You don't need a whole lot of different colors to make these things look great. Let's put this little heart color that. Gold is always an impressive color to add. Don't add too much of it because it really stands out. With practice, you'll know where to add the color. What I'm going to do with this curlicue, it really makes it look great, is to add weight to that. It's just another line pattern to add. As you can see, you can extend your lines if you want, any way you want. But there's lots of places to add more color if you wish. I think I'm going to color these in. You needed a bit of a pizzazz. Only you will know when it's done. It just says, done, I'm done. And you're the only one who can figure that out. But I'm getting close to this one being done. And, you know, the great thing about it is you can always go back and add more to this pattern. So you can see I'm just kind of coloring in where I like it to be. That looks pretty good. But as I said, you can always add more. You can always go back. That's the great thing about it. And it can also be never ending. But it really will help if you clean things up at the end. I make sure the ink's dry and redo some of these black lines. It straightens it up a lot. Makes it look more dramatic. Kind of tedious, but it really, really helps. Anyway, I hope you enjoy making these. They're a lot of fun. You get better and better as you go on. Thank you for watching.